Hey everybody. While you're playing Football Manager, especially when you start off, you're going to start wondering things about like, how do I know which player is going to develop well? What can I do? How does the game exactly work when it comes to this stuff? And so on and so forth. And that is exactly what we're going to talk about today. So I'm going to show you here how you can pay attention to the personality of your players to make sure that you're getting the players that are most likely to develop well for you, and make sure that you end up ignoring players who are not going to develop well for you. Now, you're not going to be able to see much just from here, especially if you're playing in the mode that I am. I know that professional is a good personality, but as you can see for Nihuan, I can't see anything about him, can't see what his development is like at all. I can look here at the overview and have a little bit of an idea of what he's like, but that's not going to tell me very much. He doesn't want to sign for us anyway at the moment, but we're going to keep him on the short list because I'm going to get him. He's only 17. When he's a little bit older, we are going to get this player. I'm going to make sure that we do. So the question is, okay, well, what exactly is it that we're looking at? What do we care about? There are three things that we care about. We care about players' determination, we care about their professionalism, and their ambition. Professionalism and ambition are both hidden attributes. You're not going to see that in the game unless you cheat, and we don't cheat. I can't see determination either because I have attributes turned off, right? So I can't see anything. I have to rely fully upon the personalities. Fortunately, there are guides out there to player personalities. Here is one. This is, I'm going to link to this down below. This is on FM Scout. This is the guide that I really, really recommend using, and I'm going to show you why in a second. So you have all this blah, blah, blah about this is what temperament is, this is what, whatever, sportsmanship is and stuff. I mean, we don't care about that stuff. What we care about is this. We want to see the personalities, and we want to see not just the positive ones, we want to see all of the ones that give us the highest possible amount of professionalism without, if possible, without losing a lot in ambition and determination. So we know from the work that Max has done over at Evidence-Based Football Manager that professionalism is like the most important thing. So these three, ambition, determination, professionalism, are all important, but professionalism stands out the most. You can have ambition and determination around like 10, 11, 12, and if your professionalism is high enough, the player will still develop like incredibly well and will end up looking like a superstar. That's something that you want to keep in mind because you don't just want to get good young players, you want to get good young players who have a chance of being world class and who have a real chance of hitting their potential. And so there are 5 personalities that I would consider to be good, the ones you should be aiming for. Obviously, model citizen, it's not that easy to find, but model citizen is somebody who's good at like everything, is someone you want. Perfectionist is another one that you want to get. Model professional, obviously, but the 20 professionalism. Professional as well counts as one of these personalities that you absolutely want. And then the other one that you really want to get is Resolute. Let's see if I can find it. Here it is. Resolute is the other one that you want, again, because you're going to be behind everything, maybe a little bit low on ambition, but the high determination, high professionalism should make up for it. So once again, that's perfectionist, model citizen, model professional, professional, and resolute. Those are the 5 personalities you want to look for. Now, there's a chance you're not going to be able to find all 5 of those because there's not a whole lot of players who have all 5 of those personalities. There are a few other personalities that I would consider to be acceptable. I keep looking over to the side so I can see my notes on this. One of them is spirited. Spirited is pretty good, gives you a good amount of professionalism. The problem that you have, of course, is whether determination is going to be high or low. So you want to look at the player notes and make sure the determination is not low. The coach will tell you if your player has a low level of determination. It will say in the coach report or in the scouting report. So watch out for that. Another one is driven. Driven is good. The problem is we don't know what the determination looks like. Determination might be low, so look out for that. But driven is another one that is good enough so that if you see it, you should go after it. Very ambitious and ambitious are both okay, but again, we don't know much about the player's professionalism. We also have to watch out for determination, so be kind of careful with that one. Mercenary is a personality that most people consider to be negative. Right. In fact, if we find it here, let's see if we can figure out where they stuck it. Mercenary actually shows up here as a positive personality, but it shows up as red and negative in game. Again, it depends on that level of determination, and you don't see anything about the professionalism. So I would recommend, trying to stay away. But if you get someone who's a mercenary, it's not necessarily the end of the world. And remember that personalities can change. Fairly professional is also okay. Professionalism level is also high. The worry that we have is, again, determination. You want to make sure you look and try to stay away from players with low determination as much as you can. And the other one, finally, is iron-willed. It's really hard to find players like this. The problem that you have is, what is the professionalism level? And that's the thing that you keep thinking about. So I had players when I started this who were born leader, which is great. You have a determination of 20, leadership of 20, so they'll be able to be your captain or vice captain on the squad. But the problem is, what's the professionalism level at? We don't know, right? And that's a real issue, because professionalism is really the thing that we're looking for. Another personality you see a lot of is balanced. Balanced is actually a negative personality, and it's a negative personality because everything is below 15, right? We want to have levels of something that's higher than 15 if possible. So I would recommend getting rid of your balanced players. It's not necessarily absolute must. You can have players who are balanced, they'll play okay. But as your squad develops, as this squad is developing for us, we want to make sure that we focus mostly on those 5 big ones, the Perfectionist, Model Citizen, Model Professional, Professional, and Resolute personalities. If we can't have them, we want to go spirited, driven, very ambitious, or ambitious if possible. We can go fairly professional. I mean, it's okay. It's not ideal. And then if all else fails, I mean, ambitious, mercenary, or iron-willed, we can kind of go with that. But again, we want to focus on professionalism as much as possible. One other thing to look out for is the media handling style description. So if you don't know the player's professionalism because they have, like, I don't know, they're a born leader or whatever, another thing you can look for is this. There are 2 media handling styles that will tell you they have a high professionalism. That is going to be evasive and reserved. So if you don't know anything, look for evasive and reserved, or a combination of the two that will tell you that the player has a high amount of professionalism. That's what you're looking for. The cool thing about professionalism in Football Manager is that it is contagious. So if you have a squad that's full of professional players, and then you get a guy on who's fairly professional, over time, even without mentoring, he's going to become professional because he will be influenced by the rest of the squad. And that works also for determination and ambition. So that's one of the reasons why you want to focus on getting these hidden attributes and other attributes as high as you possibly can. So for me, that's going to be kind of the emphasis going forward. We're going to worry a lot more about personalities, and slowly we will take this sort of army of balanced and other type players who are still okay, and we'll just loan them out, and we'll end up selling them in the end as we try to get the squad to fit the mold that we really want them to be in. Anyway, there you go. That's how personalities work in Football Manager, and that's the way that you take advantage of it. Right now, the players have no interest, right? But just wait. They'll be interested in the future. Talk to you later. Bye.